Hello, I am the LI Beer Geek, and today I am going to be reviewing the Blackduck Porter by Greenport Harbor out of Greenport, Long Island. It is an English-style porter, so that right there means it's going to be a bit more subtle and less hoppy than its American counterparts. Now, porters have an interesting history, having been originally a more affordable combination of ale that had gone stale mixed with a mild and a brown, and it got its name because it was rather popular with porters and dock workers. Modern porters aren't really a blend like that anymore, and instead occupy a sort of middling ground between brown ale and a stout, being darker than a brown ale, but not quite as roasty or thick as a stout. After that little diatribe of mine, let's take a look at the label art. I actually really like this. It's you got like this cute little duck sitting here with a damn fishing boat for a face. You can see that right there. You know, basically vomiting barrels into the water. It's very silly and kind of cute and almost surrealist. It's a very nice label art. I like it quite a lot. Let's now that we've taken a look at the bottle, let's take a look at the real deal here. What's inside. All right. Pours out a lovely chocolate color with some almost like a light mahogany kind of highlight to it. But as it takes form in the glass, it takes on a much darker color, sort of like a rich chocolate color. Again, sort of not quite as dark as a stout, but definitely much darker than a brown ale. And give it a swirl to get that head retention up. See, it foams up a bit with some nice off-tan head. Lovely looking beer. Now that we've taken a look at it, let's give it a smell. Sweet, and it's very sweet up front. Has a very dark kind of caramel sort of flavor to it. There's some roast in there, but not a lot. The roast is more of a backseat player with the sort of darkly caramelized malt flavor taking center stage and really defining the nose. Not all that much hops in there, but again, that's to be expected since this is an English porter, so it's going to be significantly less hoppy than its American counterparts. Although it is an American brewery, it is on Long Island, it is brewed in an English style. That's very apparent from the nose, at least. So now that we've smelled it, let's give it a taste. A little roastier than the nose would suggest. The dark caramel malts are still front and center, giving it a lightly sweet flavor up front that the roastiness prevents from becoming cloying. The sweetness sort of fades as it washes over the palate, and it sort of becomes more bitter and dry as it reaches the back of the tongue. And that's where you get a little kiss of hoppiness. Not a lot, just some. Enough to give it a sort of light spiciness, but not enough, but they're definitely not a dominant flavor. They're really, again, there in the supporting role. This is a supremely drinkable beer, I gotta say. It's light-bodied, but again, it's light-bodied, but still full of flavor. It's sweet up front, but then that, roastiness sort of kicks in and prevents it from becoming too sweet and cloying. And that little bit of kiss of hoppiness on the finish, which I'm guessing are English hops, maybe Fuggles or East Kent Goldings, that give it sort of a very Moorish quality. You want to have another sip. It's addictive in how drinkable it is. In fact, I'm going to have another drink. It's really tasty. So if you really like, darker styles of beer, like stouts or porters, but, are more familiar with the American interpretations of the style, so you really, are only familiar with those darkly, heavy, roasty, hoppy, bitter kind of stouts or porters, and you want to try something that's a bit more subdued, a little sweeter, a little bit lighter in body, a bit more drinkable, then this is definitely something I would recommend seeking out if you're on the island. And of course, if you already like that more subdued sort of English approach to beer as opposed to the American approach, then this is absolutely right up your alley. It's a straight up English porter. It's exactly the way it's supposed to taste. It's for style, it's pretty much dead on. So that's the review. And if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, likes, comments, and subscribes are always appreciated. Have a good one.